Welcome grade 9 parents to this short video about our very exciting 21st century learning design projects. And these are projects that our pupils do in grade 9 in term 3.
So far this year, your daughters have completed all their elective subjects. They have done all the syllabus and they have written a module assessment on those subjects. And they will pick their subjects for grade 10 in September this year. They will continue the core subjects into term 3, so maths, English, FAL, which is either Afrikaans or isiZulu, RE, PE or life orientation. But what we're talking about today is how we are going to package the elective subjects next term in the 21 CLD projects.
So we need to start with looking at, well, what is 21 CLD? And it stands for 21st Century Learning Design. And we use this term, which comes out of the Microsoft framework, because we are a Microsoft Showcase school. And it is really just a different way of looking at teaching and learning. It is based on the skills needed for what is a very uncertain and volatile future. In many ways, we're preparing our pupils for careers and for a world which is quite uncertain, and jobs that might not even exist today. So 21 CLD is about how do we design our learning to try and help pupils gain those skills. Skills that the World Economic Forum, for instance, talks about being collaboration, creativity, innovation, problem solving. All of our teachers have studied and have written an exam on this Microsoft Education framework, which really has 6 areas of focus. So when designing learning for the 21st century, we first look at real-world problem solving, trying to contextualize learning not in the abstract, but in reality. We then look at knowledge construction, which is moving away from a traditional teacher-learner-based way of thinking, of learning information from textbooks and from the teacher, to constructing knowledge themselves, to research, constructing knowledge through collaboration. And working collaboratively is another dimension of 21st century learning design. Not just little group work, but interdependent group work. And how do we manage that? And how do we learn to work with groups, which is sometimes quite challenging? Self-regulation involves pupils having to plan their own time and manage their own project in a much more flexible framework than traditional learning. Of course, IT skills and integration are important, as is skilled communication, being able to articulate, use vocabulary and produce communication around how to solve these real-world problems or understand these real-world problems. So 21st century learning design is really about thinking about how can we prepare our learners more for the future within the construct of a traditional school. The 21st century learning design project is a collaborative learning experience. It is 2 subjects that are working together. So each project has 2 teachers working together in a combined integrated way. The pupils are also collaborating in their own learning. It is based on real-world problem solving or a real-world situation, and pupils will construct their own knowledge and apply their own knowledge and skills. Assessment is still important, and it'll be assessed in a project format rather than in a test and exam. But these projects will appear on the report card, and they do get a mark and contribute towards their grade 9 syllabus.
So what we have roughly divided the term into 2 blocks, about 5 weeks each, and your daughters will pick 2 modules from each block. So in all they will do 4 projects from the 2 modules. We will put out a form where they will get to choose which projects they would like to do in order of preference, and we will try to, as far as possible, give them their first or second choices. Obviously there are certain limitations on the choices in terms of numbers, and we need to balance the projects in a certain way. We do encourage them to think about their choices also based on the subjects that they want to do next year. So if they're thinking of doing one of the sciences, life science or physical science, to pick one of those projects. If they're interested more in the humanities, history or geography, to look towards those projects, just to give them an idea of the skills that would be needed to do those subjects in the FET phase and whether their interests are aligned in that way.
So if we look at block A, this will be the first block in term 3. There are 2 modules and pupils will do 1 project in each module, but in the form they will need to indicate their preferences. And you can see there are a whole variety of projects, and just to touch on a few of them, Frogfoot Farm is a really interesting project, a collaboration between information technology and business studies, where the pupils will look at basically taking over a fictional property development, and they'll have to design a marketing plan for this with adverts in it. And in IT, they will learn CAD software and they will be designing the CAD drawings that would support the marketing program. Another interesting project is the Forensic Science project, which looks at physical and life science around a hypothetical crime scene. From a chemistry point of view, looking at how to test various substances, and from a life science point of view, looking at genetics and what's left behind. Block B projects, Module 3 and 4, again pupils will do 1 in each, and just to highlight a few of these, the Protest project is a very interesting collaboration between history and creative arts, where the pupils will learn about historical protest, and then they will explore how protest has come through in one of their chosen creative arts. There are a whole variety of projects here. They are very interesting. You will see that some of them are repeated, so a pupil cannot do the same project twice, but we are giving pupils a lot of scope to try and give them projects that they will be interested in.
So we will be giving a booklet which will outline more detail on the project, and we will send home the online form, and we encourage you to sit down, have a chat with your girls and really allow them to read through, think about next year and particularly where their interest lies, and then make those preferences.
This is a very exciting part of our GET curriculum, and an area where we can do something a little bit different from traditional learning, and we really encourage your girls to embrace the projects, and we really hope that they enjoy it. Thank you.